There are things that sound so absurd, so implausible, that they simply must be true. In the year 1325, a bloody war erupted not for land, not for love, but for a wooden water bucket. Take a deep breath and join me in uncovering the truth behind this strange 14th century tale. 50 weird facts about the War of the Bucket. 1325.
Welcome to Weird History of Sleep.
Welcome to Weird History of Sleep. I am so glad you are here, right now, to travel back in time with me. Today has been a long day, and you have done very well. Now, allow your body to rest. Find your most comfortable position. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and slowly, gently, close your eyes. Do not try to memorize what I'm about to tell you. Let my voice drift through your mind like a thin mist. Together, we will travel to northern Italy to the year 1325, an era of stone castles, knights in iron armor, and stories so strange they are hard to believe. Tonight, we will count, not sheep, but 50 strange facts about a war with the most ridiculous name in history, the War of the Bucket. Take a deep breath in, and let us begin our journey into sleep. Number 1, the historical event we are about to enter has an officially strange name, the War of the Bucket. It is recorded in the Chronicles of 1325. Let the number 1325 float through your mind. It was a distant time, before the roar of engines, before electric lights. There was only the sound of wind blowing across European fields and the flickering light of beeswax candles. Number 2. The story takes place in Emilia-Romagna, a lush and poetic region in northern Italy. Picture the rolling hills covered in endless vineyards. This is the home of our two main characters, the cities of Bologna and Modena. Today, they are connected by the ancient Via Emilia built by the Romans, a straight road running through the morning mist. Number 3. To understand why a bucket was so important, we must return to the dense political atmosphere of the 14th century. It was a persistent confrontation between two factions, the Guelphs and the Ghibellines. Do not try to memorize their names. Just know that this hostility was like a thick fog covering every corner of life, dividing families, dividing every small alleyway. Number 4. The city of Bologna belonged to the Guelphs. Imagine Bologna with its dark red brick towers stretching up into the sky. The people here revered the Pope. They believed that the power of the divine and the church was the supreme law. In their minds, every brick that built the city was soaked in sacred faith. Number 5. In contrast, the city of Modena belonged to the Ghibellines. Modena carried a more austere, practical beauty. They supported the Holy Roman Emperor. For the people of Modena, power belonged to the king, to swords, and to earthly laws. Two cities, two ideologies, sitting side by side, yet looking toward different horizons. Number 6. The tension between these two places had smoldered for centuries. It was like a deep crack in the earth, occasionally trembling. Before the bucket incident occurred, the borderlands between Bologna and Modena were a desolate place, where farmers plowed their fields in constant vigilance, eyes always scanning the distant horizon. Number 7. Now, focus your attention on the central object, the bucket. Visualize it clearly. It is a bucket made of old oak. The gnarled oak staves, the dark brown color of the earth, have soaked up water over many years. It is not smooth, but rough to the touch. Number 8. The bucket is held together by iron hoops. Imagine the black cold iron speckled here and there with orange rust. It is not a decorative item. It is a humble tool of labor, bearing the scratches of time and the bumps of daily life. Number 9. The event began on an October night when the air had turned cold. A pitch-black darkness covered northern Italy. A group of Modena soldiers quietly infiltrated Bologna. Listen to their footsteps. Very soft. Soft leather soles treading on cold stone, trying not to make a sound that would wake the sleeping dogs. Number 10. They approached the San Felice gate. There stood a public water well. The well was made of stone, covered in moss, and our bucket was hanging there, swaying gently in the night wind. The Modena soldiers untied the rope and lowered the bucket. The pulley creaked very faintly, then fell into silence. Number 11. They took the bucket away. Inside the bucket there was nothing, only the smell of damp wood and perhaps a few drops of water left at the bottom. They took no gold, they took no silver. They took the most ordinary object, yet it carried the greatest provocative meaning. Number 12. When dawn broke, the people of Bologna discovered the loss. Their anger did not come from the value of the bucket, but from their wounded pride. Imagine the feeling of someone walking into your garden and taking a small flower pot. It is not worth much, but it makes you feel your privacy has been violated. Number 13. Bologna immediately sent messengers to Modena. Picture the messenger on horseback, carrying a parchment scroll with a red wax seal. Their demand was simple but firm. Return the bucket to us. It was a matter of honor, and medieval honor was as hard and cold as steel. Number 14. Modena refused, and so war erupted. Bologna began to mobilize its army. Visualize the scale of it. 32,000 men, a vast sea of people, the noise of 32,000 humans preparing weapons, the clashing of metal, the shouting, the neighing of horses echoing across the sky. Number 15. Within that massive army, there were 2,000 heavy cavalry. Look closely in their armor, the polished steel breastplates, the helmets covering their faces, revealing only their eyes. They sat upon massive war horses, draped in cloth, embroidered with brilliant crests. Number 16. Beside the cavalry were 30,000 infantrymen. They were blacksmiths, bakers, farmers, called to enlist. They held spears, they held crossbows, carrying wooden shields painted in the colors of Bologna. They marched, forming a long, winding river, dust rising in clouds beneath their feet. Number 17. In contrast to that noise, Modena had only 7,000 troops. They were outnumbered nearly 5-1. Imagine the tense silence in the Modena camp. They knew they were the underdogs. They wiped their weapons more carefully, sharpened their swords more keenly. Their concentration was as high as a calm lake before a storm. Number 18. The fateful day was November 15th, 1325. Autumn in Italy was fading. The last yellow leaves had fallen. The fields of Zappolino, where the battle took place, lay silent under a gray sky heavy with rain clouds. Number 19. The commander of Modena was Passerino Bonacolsi. He was a man with a weathered face and hair silvered by the wind. He did not believe in numbers. He believed in discipline. He ordered his soldiers to ambush, to wait, patient as veteran hunters. Number 20. The battle began as the sun was setting to the west. The twilight blurred their vision. Human figures became flickering shadows, hard to define. This is the time of ambiguity, where day and night intersect. Number 21. The Modena army attacked by surprise. The sound of war horns pierced the air, a deep, hollow sound echoing through the valleys. The Modena cavalry charged out of the darkness. Surprise was their strongest weapon. Number 22. The massive formation of Bologna, because it was so crowded, became clumsy and slow. They were like a giant beast trapped in a net. Chaos spread from one line of troops to another. Shouted orders drowned in the noise of panic. Number 23. The battle lasted only about 2 hours. 2 short hours in human history, but an eternity for the soldiers on the field. When night fell completely, the sound of swords became sparse, then ceased altogether. Number 24. About 2,000 men fell on the fields of Zappolino. Imagine the silence that covered the aftermath. No more cheering, only the sound of wind whistling through the grass and the distant call of crows. Mother Earth silently embraced her sleeping children. Number 25. The Bologna army shattered and fled. The Modena soldiers chased them all the way to the gates of Bologna, but they did not attack the city. They stopped right outside the towering stone walls. Number 26. There, under the flickering torchlight, the people of Modena did something strange. They organized a palio, a horse racing parade, right in front of the enemy to celebrate. The sound of hooves tapping rhythmically on the earth was like a mocking tune, echoing into the city that had bolted its doors. Number 27. And the oak bucket remained safe in the hands of Modena. After all the blood and tears that had been shed, the bucket remained unmoved. It became a symbol of meaninglessness, but also a symbol of victory. Number 28. The people of Modena brought the bucket back to their city in glory. Picture the victorious column passing through the gates of Modena. The citizens poured into the streets to welcome them. They did not look at the bloodied swords. They looked at the old wooden bucket held high. Number 29. They decided to hang the bucket in the most sacred place, the bell tower, Torre della Ghirlandina. This is a tower of white marble, soaring high, beautiful and elegant. Number 30. They hung the bucket beside the giant bronze bells. Imagine the bucket swaying there, in the cool darkness of the bell tower. Every time the bell struck, the sound bong, bong vibrated through the air, piercing the wood grain of the bucket. Number 31. A small but interesting detail. There is a theory that the bucket was actually stolen after the battle, as a trophy taken from a suburban well to taunt Bologna. Whether before or after, it remains the center of the legend. Number 32. That oak bucket has witnessed time pass. It has seen winters of white snow, summers of scorching sun. It has seen generations born, grow old, and pass away beneath the foot of the tower. Number 33. Nearly 700 years have passed. A span of time so long it is hard to imagine. Dynasties have fallen. The world map has been redrawn many times. But the bucket still belongs to Modena. Number 34. If you have the chance to visit Modena today, stand at the foot of the Ghirlandina Tower and look up. You will see a bucket hanging there. But that is only a replica, a perfect copy to remind us of the past. Number 35. The real bucket, the bucket of 1325, is too old and fragile. It is carefully preserved in the town hall, Palazzo Comunale. It lies in a glass case, in a quiet room. Its wood has turned a deep black, dry, and cracked. Number 36. The story of the bucket became an inspiration for art. In 1622, the poet Alessandro Tassoni wrote a long epic poem titled La Secchia Rapita, the Stolen Bucket. Number 37. Tassoni was a son of Modena. He wrote this poem not to praise war, but to satirize human stupidity. He used his pen to turn tragedy into comedy. Number 38. In the 12 chapters of his poem, Tassoni describes the war as a grand joke. He tells of generals wearing skirts, warriors afraid of mice, turning the bloody war into a puppet show. Number 39. This work gave birth to the literary genre of mock heroic. It reminds us that sometimes the best way to face the absurdity of life is to smile at it. Number 40. In Tassoni's poem, the Greek gods also participate. He imagined Apollo, Mars, Venus, all hovering in the Italian sky, arguing over who would keep the bucket, like children fighting over a toy. Number 41. Returning to historical reality. After the disastrous defeat, Bologna was forced to sign a peace treaty, a treaty written on parchment, sealed with wax, and stored in dusty libraries. Number 42. Peace was restored. Merchants traveled between the two cities again. Farmers plowed the fields of Zappolino once more, but the bucket never returned to Bologna. Number 43. In the 20th and 21st centuries, this story became a playful joke between students of the two cities. Sometimes they organized mock raids, dressed in medieval costumes, trying to steal back the bucket amidst laughter. Number 44. For the people of Modena, the bucket is a source of pride. It is proof that a small city can stand firm against a massive enemy, a lesson in the resilience of the underdog. Number 45. The Battle of Zappolino was truly one of the largest battles of the Middle Ages, with nearly 40,000 troops involved. The number of combatants was greater than many famous battles in the 100 Years' War. Number 46. But ironically, no one remembers the military tactics. No one remembers the names of the generals. History has sifted through it all, keeping only the image of the simple wooden bucket. Number 47. This is a classic example of the butterfly effect. A small action, cutting the rope of a bucket, led to the death of thousands, the changing of borders, and the birth of literary masterpieces. Number 48. Let your mind return to the image of the real bucket in the glass case. Observe the absolute silence surrounding it. No more swords, no more hatred, only the peace of settled dust. Number 49. Today, Bologna and Modena are both beautiful, peaceful cities. The vineyards are still green. The bell towers still ring. The past sleeps beneath the cobblestones. Number 50. And the final truth. Perhaps the bucket never mattered. What matters is the peace of the present. All conflicts will pass. All noise will fade. Only peaceful sleep remains. Just like you, right now. Everything is fading, and sinking into sleep. We have reached the end of our long journey with the 50 facts about the old oak bucket. Now, imagine you are standing in that dark, quiet room of the tower in Modena. In front of you is that wooden bucket. It lies still, radiating a strange peace. All the noise of battle faded away 700 years ago. Only absolute silence remains. Your body is now heavy and completely relaxed. Let your mind drift away, leaving Italy, leaving the numbers, drifting into a soft, velvet void. Tomorrow will be a new day, but for now, only the gentle darkness holds you. Good night,